Hey guys, this is Moto Renaissance. I wanted to share with you my last electric unicycle racing. I got second place. I had two heats. One heat, the first heat I won. But the finals I lost, and I want to show you why I was able to win the first one, but not win the second one. But how I also had to strategize just to stay in second place. Okay, so first let's meet the characters that will be involved in this race. The one in pink is Chloe slash Mickey, and the one with the gray helmet and also
Good
pink, I
luck.
guess, is Post. He's a very
Good luck.
experienced e-skate racer. He's also a drone pilot. We also have Lisa, and she's also, I think she's about a couple years in. So all these racers are a little more experienced than I am in total riding
So when
time,
does the
but
race
all
start?
my riding
Do we
time
have the light
is at
system?
the
Do
track,
we have the light system today
which
for the
is
lights?
sort of like a condensed 1 year track only sort of experience. So right now we're getting to our grid positions, and just remember that as I'm saying all this, this is just all for analytical purposes, and this is not from ego. This is just from my perspective and like what I was thinking strategically. I have no animosity or ill will against any of these other racers. I actually respect them a lot. So if anything sounds arrogant or like let's say I feel like I'm doing something better or whatever, I'm just attacking it from like a purely uh, what I analyzed as was my perception of what I'm able to do compared to the other racers. So please take it that way. And also, so we're getting to our grid positions, and while we're doing so, I do want to mention that. Um, we did qualifying times, and during qualifying times I was in the second place, so I was 1 second away from Post, which is actually
Whoa.
very telling in the sense that he is a faster rider than me. At least that's what the times are saying. um, but so I have to strategize and try to maybe get in front of him. The other issue is that I have a very difficult time with stamina. At my last race, after
Do we go when the
about
lights
a
turn off?
lap and a half, my time started getting worse and worse and
Four?
worse. And I
Okay.
think I was struggling with the same situation here,
Four.
but I worked really hard on my stamina. But it is something that I would have to use to my advantage in the sense that I would have to conserve my energy and kind of defend my racing lines. At this moment, we're just waiting for the lights to go off, and as soon as the red lights are off, we're able to go. We both launched very well, and
Shit.
right now I'm trying to push and see where Post is at, and also I think because we just started racing, my adrenaline's pumping, and all I'm thinking at this moment is just to push myself and do my best. But at this very moment, I realize, oh, even though it's a race, that I should be very careful and conservative with my energy. Right around this time, I realized that while following Post, if I do have the energy, I'm able to pass him. But I was able to do it earlier if I was aggressive about it. But I thought that this was the better place to pass, so I waited, conserved my energy. Because if you like overexert yourself, then you can burn out real quick. And after this, right now I'm just trying to defend my line the whole time. So this heat was a total of 4 laps, and unless I'm wrong, for the rest of the time I'm just defending my line here. I think a few times
Oh, they're
the
neck and
post
neck.
comes pretty close, but he's about to he's trying to make a pass at me and sort of stuff like that. And I think as the laps get as we start repeating laps, I get tired and tired. But I'm trying to conserve my energy and just make sure that I'm just defending my line and that post can't pass me. So I'm staying in front like this. I'm gunning pretty hard on the straight. Sometimes I'm hitting wheel speed of 60. But something interesting happened in the third lap where on one of the straights, the one where the start finish line is, I think Post really gunned it and he was trying to pass me. But I think that when he saw the white flag, that he thought it was a checkered flag. And I thought, oh,
Oh
I don't know where
snap!
this energy came from, and he just beat me right here. But he, as you see, he just left the
Oh!
exit. He thought
There's
it
a
was a
white flag!
checkered. So who
White
knows what would have happened
flag!
if he kept on going. I do feel like I was maintaining the momentum for this race. I'm gonna kind of skip to the rest here because it's just me staying in front for this lap. Turns out from Brian's point of view here from his camera though
Dude, sunk so
that those
fast.
two other racers were way closer than I thought. So
Dude,
maybe
Post got
next
it
time
back.
I just gotta push a little harder. But it worked out for the scene.
Oh no, come on, Song! Come on, Song!
Oh my god, he got literally exactly back where he was.
And this is all my friends just like congratulating me and also the other racers. But I think whenever these things sort of things happen, of course the race itself is exciting, but what everyone's really celebrating here is just each other's growth and what they put out there on the track.
Good shit.
So now we're getting ready for the final race, and this is going to be an issue because even the times showed that as the laps waned on, my times were getting slower, which means all I was doing was doing super well at the beginning and kind of defending myself. But supposedly, even though the first heat was 4 laps, the final race originally was scheduled for 8. Now, this is a huge improvement from the last time I was here, but also the last race I did, because I would be tired after 2 laps. But completing in an actual heat at like almost, at least like 80% to full percentage race was a huge win for me. But from 4 laps to 8 laps is huge. So sometimes this happens on race day, but a little bit of like political action is important. As you'll see here, Post and Chloe, who have a lot of experience, or actually, I'm not sure how much experience Post has UC riding. I know he has a lot of e-skate riding, but they do want to do more track time and do 8. But knowing my abilities, I that is like putting myself at a disadvantage. So honestly, it would behoove me if it was only like a 3 lap race. But obviously, the final should be a little more difficult and challenging. So I kind of gauged what Lisa wanted to do. But this is important. I think like this is where like you should kind of like stand up for yourself because it should be kind of a democratic thing. So I asked Lisa, instead of just caving and saying, "Oh, these 2 other racers wanted, so let's just go at 8," because that's just putting myself at a disadvantage. I decided to at least speak my voice and see where Lisa's at and find out where course control wanted to do. Um, how many laps the course control wanted to do.
How many laps is finals?
8, right?
How many laps are finals?
8's too much.
No, I'm podium on this.
For half send?
For half send as well?
8 laps. 8 laps. 8. 8. Give us 8. We got 2 8 votes. Give us 8.
6. 4. 4. 4. I want 4. Can we make a difference and do 6 then?
I guess it's only you 4, so it's up to you guys.
Well, Lisa might want a little bit less too.
Hey, but they do have one that's wide. Maybe it's only like a small.
Cuban, what's the final verdict? So Post and okay.
I overruled.
more important. In the last heat, I realized that I can't be hunched over the whole time. I literally have to take breaks, but I have to strategize where to take breaks. So on the straights, instead of just being hunched over, sometimes I would relax my back and stand up to give myself a break. And also during cornering, even though I can corner faster, I'd be kind of about at like 60% of what I can do. Otherwise, my quads burn. Even though I was graded first because I placed first on the last heat, you see that Post and Chloe here outperformed me at the beginning. And here, I'm not going as fast as I can because of my energy levels. I was kind of biding my time a little bit, but I started realizing that if they gain too much away from me, that I'll have a hard time catching back up. So I start pushing it a little bit here. And then the other issue is I feel that I could get my position to second place, but there's also a gap between Chloe and also Post. So luckily, I do have a better wheel and a better wheel in the sense that like I think my wheel has a higher top speed than these other two racers. But I had this wheel before, and it doesn't mean that I was able to pull off that high speed. It is actually a skill that you do have to practice, and which I did after the last race. So I'm able to catch up more to Post than I was before, but I am still trying to conserve my energy, and I'm feeling the burn already, even though it's only the second lap. And it's much more noticeable on a GoPro wide camera, but Post, even though in some ways I'm kind of right behind him on track, it's also about let's see, let's count, like so 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. That's almost like 2.5 second gap, which is huge. And he's starting to gain more ground. I can gun a little bit, so I do try to catch up here, but I'm also conserving my energy and watching out for the wobbles because I am starting to get tired. So like this is so exciting. Like I wasn't able to have this sort of kind of like competition up until now because I just wasn't at the experience level enough to be competitive. I did have a competitive race at one of the electrifies with kind of for the last place position, which was kind of epic behind there, while all the pros were doing some amazing stuff at the front. But here, even here, he's really gaining ground, and I think at this point, Chloe starts gaining ground as well from behind. I think you can hear her at some points. And now I'm like, okay, Post is really far. If I try to gun it, I can't make the race. So let me try to defend the second place position. So now I'm looking at my watch and I'm looking at the kind of I guess the speed I can manage without inducing wobbles and stuff like that. Just maintaining speed. There's no way. There's Post has such a huge gap in front of me. At this point, I'm so tired that if you look at the shadows, that you can kind of see that I'm trying to rest a little bit. Even here, I'm stretching out my back if you look at the shadows in order to kind of like rest. But I'm making sure that I don't rest too much that where I can hit the corners. I'm just waiting to see the moment where like Chloe starts really making some moves, and I think it's coming up pretty closely here. I think we're about halfway in here. I'm grabbing my legs, and she makes such an awesome move. But she did kind of go wider. Oh, she had a break right there. I don't know if that was a wobble or something like that. But I do utilize my higher speed ability to gain ground again. And because I saw her just launch there, I'm trying to, as best as I can, just keep that distance away from her, especially on the straight, because I'm so tired in the corners. I can corner a lot faster than this. And I can corner faster because I practice a lot at Intro to Speed, which is a Mario Chacon founded like practice group that you guys should look into if you're not familiar with that. Um, but if I corner at full ability, I will burn out really quickly. So I'm really gonna work on my quads even some more. And also, as you notice, I'm breathing harder and harder. I'm grabbing my legs here. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm grabbing my legs. I'm just wondering where Chloe is because I do remember her making another like serious attempt to overtake. I think at this point. So here's another challenging issue that I was aware of that I started seeing. So Lisa, who's an awesome new friend, but also she gave me a lot of advice on working out and stuff like that. I'm also inspired by her story. But anyway, but as far as the purposes of the track, I knew that I was coming up on her. And I would have to be careful and make this pass smoothly. Otherwise, if there's a situation where I get backed up, it would create an opening. I'm not sure exactly how far Chloe is behind, but it would create an opening for Chloe to actually pass both of us. So I thought I was pretty happy with the way that I made that pass. And then I'm so dead tired, but here's Chloe with her awesome pass. But I just remember we're both gunning in here, and I just wouldn't. I tried my best not to give it to her. And then at this point, I'm like, I'm dead tired, but this is the last lap, and I'm going to finish strong. And yeah, that's pretty much the race. And I think that was checkered, or let's see, is that white? That is checkered, and I made the race. And I'm just everyone's celebrating post here, well deserved. A couple friends do come up to me just for doing the race, but it was like really it was really awesome. Everyone did well. Lisa was right behind. Chloe was right there as well. So yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope we can do more of these. If there are any exciting footages like this one turned out pretty good in my opinion, and I think it would be helpful for anyone trying to get into the sport. And also, sometimes for me, it's helpful to see someone on the journey instead of someone who's at their like final form, like Pokemon or something. I'm sure like if Mario or Max were analyzing their videos, it would be way more helpful and stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it'd be fun, and it's also a good log for me, and it's also a way for me to share the race with other racers. I'm sure they'll enjoy this as well. Um, yeah, so see you next time.